Aromatherapy is the use of essential oils derived from plants to help with psychological as well as physical well-being. Aromatherapy is used for a multitude of different things. Some of the most important ones being sleep, helping relieve stress, pain, and helping to monitor your emotions. We decided to research the specific effects of aromatherapy and how it helps your ability to fall asleep as well as receive a beneficial night's rest using the social, cultural, futuristic, and scientific lenses. Our previous knowledge had already told us that essential oils have been used in worldwide medical practices with help with an array of diagnoses. However, our research question is, do essential oils have the medicinal potential to fully cure specific diseases instead of just aiding to their symptoms? The topics I researched through the scientific lens had to do with how essential oils interact with your brain to help fall asleep and how they help you get a beneficial night's rest. When the brain is exposed to essential oils, they stimulate the olfactory nerves found in your nose and lead directly to the limbic system. The limbic system controls a variety of different things. One of the most important to sleep being your heart rate and your stress levels, which are both controlled by the amygdala. The essential oil lavender has been proven to be most beneficial when aiding with sleep. According to research found by Victor Lopez, he claims that lavender calms the nervous system primarily due to the chemical compounds linalool and linalool acetate found within it. This allows for a relaxing effect in the brain and helps the process of falling asleep due to its calming factor. However, one clinical trial performed by Wesleyan University states whether olfactory exposure to essential oils affects the nighttime objective of deep sleep is still inconclusive. Moving on, I will now talk about how essential oils not only are helpful when falling asleep, but can also help you receive a beneficial night's rest to enhance sleep quality and enhance daily performance. This graph is derived from an experiment performed by Lee Wei Kao. In Lee Wei Kao's experiment, he took a variety of participants and recorded the duration of 2 nights. On one night, he exposed them to lavender essential oils, and one night he did not. As you can see by the graph, the nights exposed showed significant changes in the nights that not exposed. The scientists running this experiment concluded that these results show that a lavender aroma could enhance subjective sleep quality. This experiment helps to show what areas regarding sleep can be improved with the help of essential oils. To fulfill a good night's rest and for it to show beneficial aspects on your overall health and mood, you need to obtain the stage of deep sleep and sleep thoroughly through it. And as we can see, this can be achieved with the help of lavender aroma. I will now give this to my colleague Joe to talk about the social and cultural pieces.
I researched aromatherapy through the social and cultural lens. A few topics I will be discussing are where it originates from and how it plays into the medical world and can be integrated into their practices. Essential oils were originally discovered by ancient Greeks and Egyptians, and later Chinese and Indians who also played a major role in the discovery. These oils were originally used for rituals and healing. The oils were to cleanse the air and be offerings given to the gods. Later they used it for the healing practices. A doctor later discovered that the ancient Greeks discovered that the oils are used to increase well-being and alleviate illnesses. Essential oils were forgotten about for a long time until a French chemist discovered its effects again. While in the lab, he burned his arm and used the essential oils that were around him to alleviate the pain. And he found out that the oils subdued the burn. He ended up writing 2 books about aromatherapy that are still used today. Some doctors have began to incorporate the essential oils into their practices and prescribing them to their patients. According to researchers in 2016, providing comprehensive, holistic, and individualized care is a common goal for many healthcare providers. Many doctors are also hesitant about its abilities because they don't fully agree with the practices and see how beneficial they are. But some schools are beginning to incorporate the study of essential oils into their discussions. While some people think it's inappropriate to prescribe the medicine, a lot more people think that it is beneficial and a cheaper alternative than other medications. And I will now be giving it to Francis.
The lens that I conducted my research on aromatherapy through is the futuristic lens. Through the futuristic lens, I focused on how different essential oils will be used in the future through aromatherapy. I also focused on current trials, specifically with insomnia, to see how they would open doors for aromatherapy to be more mainstream medicine in the future. When researching different essential oils and how they affected different people's abilities to sleep, I found that lavender, cedarwood, and clary sage oil were the most promising to help people with sleeping issues. Lavender is by far the most researched and has many trials used to study it. According to a study conducted in 2020, the use of lavender oil via aromatherapy relieved their insomnia and their sleeping patterns were restored. Lavender has the biggest future in the medical industry for helping people with serious sleep issues such as insomnia. The next two essential oils that were most likely to succeed in helping people with sleep issues were cedarwood and clary sage oil. Cedarwood contains a chemical called cedrol that you can see on the slides that has a soothing effect. Clary sage oil has an antidepressant effect and reduces cortisol, which is supposed to be tied to alertness. The implementation of these chemicals through the use of aromatherapy will greatly increase the ability to get a better night's sleep, especially with more trials and studies. Many of the trials that have been conducted with aromatherapy for sleeping have been with lavender. Trials with lavender are often to test how it affects insomnia. Insomnia is a common sleep disorder in which you may have trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or getting good quality of sleep. A trial conducted by the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine with lavender tested 10 patients that took 8 to 10 drops of lavender and recorded their sleeping abilities. Lavender significantly increased the quality of sleep that the patients got. 85% of the patients recorded faster falling asleep. The continued use of lavender will give scientists a better idea of how to treat insomnia and will lead to more natural treatments for other sleeping issues. Our solution has to do with providing funds for advanced research to ensure that essential oils can become a cure for specific diagnoses. The cons of funding aromatherapy are that there is a chance of people being allergic to a specific oil or the ingredients in the oils. If this is the case, then aromatherapy with that specific oil is completely eliminated as a treatment option for that person. Another con is undiluted essential oils can be bad for people, specifically with sensitive skin. The oil can leave a rash or even a burn on someone. This, like the allergy, can eliminate using that oil as a treatment option. The pros to using aromatherapy are it is safer and a more natural alternative to the potentially harmful drugs that are currently being used to treat people who have sleeping troubles. This will lead to less addiction and reliance on these drugs. A final pro to aromatherapy is that it has very few side effects. Having few side effects can lead to a more positive and productive way of life because you are not dealing with more issues due to your medication and less stress because of it. Now I'll give it to my colleague Joe to do our conclusion.
In conclusion, aromatherapy has shown a great success through sleep trials and prescribing them to patients with sleep disorders. Overall, lavender is the best oil to use and keep you asleep longer and help you wake up feeling well rested. It is also important to keep funding this so that the essential oils will be used more in the future.
Huge round of applause. Very good. All right. Questions. Grace, reflecting on your colleagues' work, which one had the greatest impact on your overall understanding of the problem that your group identified?
I think that Joe's had an overall impact on my overall understanding because she talked about where essential oils are derived from and where they were first used and where it was originally used for. It was also interesting to hear about its rediscovery in curing and helping pain or discomfort or insomnia as we talked about this one.
Okay, thank you. Francis, what is a way in which your team's resolution makes you think differently about your own individual research?
In Joe's essay, she talks about the resurgence of popularity in essential oils. It became so popular that the use of essential oils became part of the medical treatment in schools. This point made me think differently about my team's solution because our solution is all about funding of aromatherapy. We want funding for more trials and tests with aromatherapy and essential oils. If they are so popular and widely used, shouldn't they have efficient funding and evidence to back them? But after research, we concluded that while they do have testing, not enough to take the place of other medication.
Okay. And Joe, if you had another team member, what other perspectives could they have researched that would have made a useful contribution to your project?
Yep, economic lens is another viewpoint that would have been valuable to our project and solution. Because it involves funding research, it would be good to have a clear understanding of the price tag associated with funding this research, as well as the factor that influence the price of producing essential oils. This would also have been useful because it would have helped us add more specific examples to our solution, as well as it gives a more precise answer.
Okay, thank you.